If you have not yet checked out the previous video on the easiest way to become a millionaire, stop right now and watch that video first, because this video is useless without it. I know the world of stocks seems very complicated and boring. They use phrases like bull, bear, short, long, ETF, and all of this stuff is very intimidating. So I'm gonna cut to the chase and we're gonna focus on the 3 things you need to know about stocks and investing. If you can pay attention for the next 5 minutes, I guarantee you that you're gonna learn something that could potentially change your life. Now, there's 2 types of people who invest in stocks. There's people who put their money in a variety of stocks and let it sit there and grow. And then there's people who want to actively trade. They think, okay, I can invest in the right stock at the right time and cash out at the right time and make a large sum of money that way. Is it possible? Absolutely. But just how many people do you think manage to do that consistently? Almost nobody. Don't believe me? Well, you can ask any of the most famous investors of all time like Warren Buffett. They'll tell you the exact same thing, that they've yet to meet someone who can pull off investing at the right time consistently. And that's why lesson number 1 is hold funds, not individual securities. Funds own shares of hundreds of companies, so when you invest in them, you're essentially investing in hundreds of companies. Individual securities, on the other hand, are things like Google or Apple, individual stocks. And it's very risky to hold individual securities because if you only own Apple stock and Apple crashes, you lose a lot of money. If on the other hand you were invested in a fund that happened to hold Apple as well as stock for 500 other companies, it would not affect your total investment as much. This brings up a very good question. Well, which type of fund should I invest in? In my personal opinion, a fund which tracks the S&P 500, which is a collection of 500 of the largest companies in the US, is your best bet. It averages a return of around 10% every single year. Yes, there's going to be years where it's not that great, but at the same time, there's years where it's higher than 10%, and that's what I based the numbers of my last video on. If you put your money into the US stock market, not one stock individually, but the entire S&P 500, you'd see a rate of return of somewhere around 10%. Lesson number 2 is to keep your money in no matter what. If you want to reap the benefits of compound interest as shown in the last video and have a large sum of money waiting for you when you retire, put your money into the US stock market, something like an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, and leave it there. No matter what the news says, no matter how many people are out there rioting and screaming that the world is doomed, there's never been a case where the market crashed in the US and did not recover. In fact, if you look at this chart, you'll realize that on average, there's a major, which is more than a 20% drop, crash every 10 years. And every time one of these crashes comes around, the media screams that the world is ending. Oh no, that the US economy is about to tank, warning everyone to take their money out, and guess what happens? The people who take their money out, well, they lock in their losses, they lose that money. And the ones who keep it in, not only do they see their fortune recover, but it continues to grow. Here are the chances of you investing money and still be at a loss if you invested any time in the past 150 years. If you invested and kept your money in for only 10 years, you had a 12% chance of losing money. If you kept your money in for 15 years, you had a 5% chance. If you kept your money in for 20 years, you only had a 0.06% chance of losing money. And if you kept your money in for 25 years, you had a 0% chance of losing money. That means even if you were the most unlucky investor on this planet and you invested at the worst time possible, such as right before the Great Depression, if you kept your money in for more than 25 years, you'd still come out positive. Lesson 3 is to diversify. Diversifying your investments is extremely important. It's actually one of the key concepts in the world of investing. We've established that you shouldn't invest in just one stock and should instead invest in the entire market itself. Is this diverse enough? No, it is not. Even though we talked about how there's never been a crash the US markets did not recover from, you never know what might happen in 10, 20 years. And that's why you should have a portion of your investment in international stocks as well as bonds. I want to clarify that investing is a much more complicated subject than what we just covered. We've simply scratched the surface. If you are serious about investing your money and securing your financial future, I'd highly suggest you to check out the Reddit forum Personal Finance as well as Tony Robbins' new book Unshakable. I highly recommend the book. It's a very easy read, it's very short, and it's going to give you a lot more insight on these concepts. There will be a link in the description below. Stay tuned, guys.